Alright, Team Storm here with another deck profile for you guys. This is my Volcanic Seraph deck profile. This deck is Seraph. I'm gonna say how I want to say it. I'm an individual. Alright, so let's get right down to the profile.
Oh yeah.
I think this is kind of first some things before we start. I think this is kind of a strange build. I don't think a lot of people have heard about it, but the two archetypes in the deck, the Seraphs and the Volcanics, really synergize well together because they're basically just two draw engines that do different things. So let's start right here. We run the 3 rockets, 3 shells, 3 scatter shots. Pretty simple for the Volcanic monster lineup. Nothing really changes from there. Then for the Seraph cards, 3 stick and 3 chair. Just you always run 3 of those. Then the last monsters I run are 2 Firestorm guards and 2 Summoner Monks, as well as I'm main decking currently 2 Max Cs. Those will probably come out when I pick up Galaxy Cyclones, because it'll give me another card to pitch for a Summoner Monk that'll be live in the graveyard. But right now, Max C's good. If I get it early, I can use it. If I don't have all the combo pieces in hand, I can use it to draw combo pieces. And late game, it's kind of dead, but at that point, I've usually gotten quite such an advantage. It's just okay to have the extra Maxis. On to the spells now. First, 3 Upstart Goblins. Good card to bitch for Summoner Monk. If you don't have any combos in hand, Upstart Goblin. Same reason I run this Pot of Duality at 3. Even though some people may say it conflicts with the Seraph cards because they all special summon, if you don't have them in your hand, you can't do anything. So Pot of Duality, to add that last piece you need for any of your combos, or just to get a good card to hand, is always a plus. It's always a plus. As well, in this deck, once I've made my board, I have it pretty established. I'm not going to be really spamming special summoning every single turn. So once I already have my special summon monsters, XYZs on board, I can Pot of Duality the next turn and it'll be fine because I most likely won't be special summoning at that point. Just beating my opponent down. For last draw cards is 2 Magic Planner, pretty self-explanatory. You can a lot of people run this at 2, some people run 3. I think 2 is good, especially in a deck that already has so much draw power with the Seraph and the Volcanic engine already in it, as well as the 3 Upstarts and the Dualities. It's usually, I mainly use it just to Magic Planner, Dead Call of the Haunteds, and Dead Phoenix Chains, as well as you can use Reload's effect and then Magic Planner it, get the 2 draws, and then you can still use its Banish effect from the graveyard. I'll go over what that does in case someone doesn't know what Reload does. But just Magic Planner is really good to help set up combos. Then lastly, 2 1-ofs, 1 Raigeki and 1 Book of Moon. I run Raigeki because if I don't recycle scatter shots every single turn and I have this in hand, I can still just blow up my opponent's board and just push for more damage. A Book of Moon's good to help stop problem cards that get over traps. Onto the traps, speaking for that matter. It's very small trap lineup. 3 Reload, this is the card, and Scatter Shot Scatter Shot was around. This is the card that made the deck so good. You can ditch a Volcanic from your hand to draw one, and if it's in the graveyard, you can banish it to send 1 Volcanic card from your deck to the grave, which most of the time is Scatter Shot. And so that's why I said with the Magic Planner, you can ditch a shell or something in your hand, and then as well that same turn, you can reload and blow up their entire field with Scatter Shot. Recycle Scatter Shot by like normal summoning a Firestorm Guard or making an Emerald, or just keep recycling and blowing up your opponent's field. Basically, is how the deck works. Then 2 Phoenix Chains. I'm sorry, not 2 Phoenix Chains. 2 Call of the Haunteds. Anyone who's watching the video saw that it was obviously Call of the Haunted, but this is just good for Seraph, the Seraph cards where you Call the Haunted Scepter, as well as if you Call the Haunted Rocket, and it floats, so it is a good target for Magic Planner. Then I run 4 negation cards because I really hate monster effects. It has 3 Phoenix Chains and 1 Breakthrough Skill. So Breakthrough Skill, if it gets MST'd, is still live in the grave. Well, Phoenix Chain is not, but Phoenix Chain stops attacks. So it's just I might do 2 Breakthrough Skills in the main deck and 3 Phoenix Chains right now. Right now I'm siding the other 2 Breakthrough Skills, just depending on what deck I'm going against, but I really like 3 Phoenix Chains because the effect stops 2. As well, if it does become a floater, then I can Magic Planner it. That's it for my main deck. Onto the extra deck now. I run 2 Emeralds, because this one of these used to be a Lavaball chain till that got hit. Rest in peace. But 2 emeralds right now just help me recycle. If they solemn the first one or bottomless the first one, I always have a second one to go into. Just as I hardly ever go into 2 a game, but it's usually just to recycle scatter shots. Then on to other rank 4s. These are the 2 material ones on the Seraph cards. 1 Diamond Dire Wolf, 1 number 80, 1 103 Ragnar Zero, 1 Castle, 1 Diamond Crab King, 1 Cowboy, 1 101, 1 Abyss Dweller, and that is it for, and I guess you could say this is 1 Paul Mateus. So that is it for the rank 4 2 material cards. Onto the 3 material cards is 1 Ouroboros. This is really good first turn, because if you have a reload and Ouroboros, you set the reload. If you didn't draw a scatter shot first turn, well, didn't get a scatter shot first turn, set the reload, and you have the Seraph play. Make Ouroboros, rip a card from your opponent's hand, pop your own reload to draw a card, so you still get the draw from Scepter, and you also just ripped a card out of your opponent's hand, and you drew one. You drew 2 cards for each of the chairs, 1 for the stick, and you also have a scatter shot live engraved, so you can reload live engraved, so you can send scatter shot during your opponent's next turn. Then Delteros, this is the guy you go into most often, just because he can't be stopped, but he's not as good first turn play, but he just gets a lot. He does a lot of board clear, a lot of work, and then lastly 1 diamond to put over the Paul Mateus or put over the Delteros. It's just such a good card, just like stop Shadal's or any dark deck right in their tracks, and a lot of decks just have a lot of trouble getting over it, especially since it's a 2700 beat stick. That is it for my Volcanic deck profile. So like I said, I'm going to go into why I think the 2 decks, the 2 engines do so well together, is because I've said earlier that they're both draw engines, but they do different things. So I'll tell you, so we each know what Volcanic, everyone knows what Volcanic does, which is board clears and draws. Well, Seraphs, everyone know what they do. They make rank 4s, and they give you draw power. So a lot of people run Seraphs in decks, but they don't have a lot of consistent ways to get both the combo pieces in hand. But in the Volcanic engine, you have so much draw power that you almost always, first or second turn, will have the combo available to you, either by drawing a chair and a Summoner Monk, or a Scepter and a chair, or even if you have a Scepter and 2 Scepters, you can normal summon the first Scepter, get a chair to hand. It's just a lot more ways, consistent ways to get the combos in hand, so you can make that Delteros, pop 2, get a draw 2 for each of the chairs that you did.
Out of how many games are you able to get that combo off?
Pretty much every single game, unless they, sometimes if they, effect negation, is really a killer to the deck. If they, effect failure, Scepter, that usually, can stop the play, but other than that, I have a lot of traps, and I do still have the Volcanic engine with a 1900 beat stick shell that I can sit on and stall for a little bit, so it's not like I will be completely destroyed for the rest of the duel if that combo doesn't go off. It's just another win condition in the deck, basically. And so I'm pretty sure a lot of people know how the combo goes. If you open up with a chair, a Scepter, a Summoner Monk, and a Call, so it's the 2 card combo, everyone knows how to do it. You just need one of this card, and a chair and a Scepter, a chair and a Call the Haunted, and a Scepter engrave, and a chair, a Summoner Monk, and a spell. So I like the Summoner Monk play a lot, because if you have multiple chairs in hand, you can still go into that rank 4, but also still have Summoner Monk live, so next turn you could do more shenanigans by getting a rocket to field if you don't already have a accelerator on board, or just adding another accelerator is always good. Then it's also got a, not that big of a ass, but Summoner Monk's also pretty good, stop some weak cards. It's also just good to have another defense position monster on the field. So that is the deck. My Seraph Volcanic deck profile. I really like this deck a lot. I'm probably going to be playing it till something gets like hit, or I find a better version of Volcanics to play. Like I said, the deck's still in the process of being 100% complete. I'm only missing 2 Galaxy Cyclones, which is the 2 Max Cs I'm main decking right now. But that honestly is just up to preference. The side deck's nearly complete too. It's just, this is probably what I'm going to be playing for a long time. So this is Team Storm.
Yeah.